Hi, it's Paul from CCA, and today we're going to discuss the changes in the Privacy Act legislation made by the Office of the Information Commissioner, which now requires businesses who employ staff and extend credit to have an up-to-date privacy policy. So today we're going to discuss what are the changes in legislation to the Privacy Act, what's the cost to you as a business by not having an up-to-date privacy policy, and steps you can take to avoid the potential fines associated with breaches to the Privacy Act. Really important information, so stay tuned. Now, before we get started, if by the time we get to the end of this video, you've appreciated the information that was shared with you, what I'm going to ask you to do is to share this video across your various social media platforms. The idea being that the more people that become aware of the potential issues around credit management, the better it is for all Australian businesses. I think most businesses would be aware of the need to have a privacy policy, both for their website and their overall business. I think if you ask most people, they'd be aware of the Australian Privacy Principles, which came out in about 2014. The change that I really want to talk about today is the Notifiable Data Breach Amendment to the Privacy Act. Now, it came about when, or just after, Mark Zuckerberg decided to sell a whole lot of his users' personal information. I think Yahoo got hacked and they lost 320 million of their users' personal details. The direct result of that was the introduction of the Notifiable Data Breach Amendment legislation, which came into effect in, I think, about February 22nd of February 2018. So it's been in for a little while, but it's surprising how many businesses just aren't aware of its existence or the need to comply with the amended legislation. Now, under the Notifiable Data Breach legislation, businesses are required to notify the Office of the Australian Information Commissioner when they've suffered a data breach. Now, a data breach can be anything from losing a smartphone through to someone stealing files out of a cabinet, through to a staff member using a client's credit card information inappropriately, right through to being victims of a major hacking. Now, when there is a data breach, the business will have to demonstrate that they do have a privacy policy in place and that the privacy policy is being followed. And depending on the data breach or the severity of the data breach will require certain remedies as outlined by the Australian Office of the Office of the Australian Information Commissioner. Very hard one to get your head around sometimes. So it's important to have a privacy policy in place because you cannot be held for a third party's illegal actions. So by having an up-to-date privacy policy in place that you've made your staff aware of, then any breaches in your clients' and employees' personal information falls on the perpetrator and not you as a business. Whereas if you don't have anything in place and there is an issue and the Privacy Commission find out about it, then you're in real trouble. Now, as you can appreciate, we do supply privacy policies for our clients. To give you some idea, our privacy manual, which is just one aspect of privacy policy, is around about 26 pages long. So cutting and pasting a privacy policy from someone else's website and slapping it onto your own and calling it a privacy policy probably isn't going to protect you and probably isn't going to cover you when the Office of the Australian Information Commissioner comes knocking. And to be perfectly honest with you, our privacy policies aren't really that expensive. To get a full-blown privacy policy implemented into your business, which you can spread the investment out over 3 or 6 months, is only going to cost you a few $100 a month. So it's not a big expense, but it is really important to have in place to protect your business long term. Now, I understand after all this information, you may have a few questions that you have related specifically to your business. What we'd like to do is we'd like to invite you to hit the contact us button below in the description below this video. And what we'll do is we'll organise to give you a call, have a chat about your specific situation. We can even have a look at your existing privacy policy, see whether it's up to date or not, and maybe give you a little bit of advice one way or the other. And that's at absolutely no obligation. But one thing I am going to ask you to do is, if you remember from the beginning of the video, if you found this information valuable and think there's other people that could benefit from hearing about it, I'm going to ask you to please share this across your various social media platforms. The more people who hear it, the better it is for everyone. But that's all from me. Thank you very much for your time. I hope you have a great day. Please stay safe, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.